Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This video is about CRISPR Therapeutics. Finally, I think we can see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for CRISPR Therapeutics. There is some positive wordings in their latest press release that came out around January 13th. And I would like to talk about that and what could be the opportunity out here. So behind me, you're looking at the price chart for CRISPR Therapeutics. Each of those candles is a one-day candle. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. I'd like to show you this chart first and then take you to my narrative. I think that we have been on a very steady decline as far as CRISPR Therapeutics is considered. And all the way from 1st of March onwards, we have been declining. And one of the things I have been lamenting about with regard to genomic companies is the lack of information, lack of transparency, lack of updates. So I think that's going to be a little bit different for CRISPR Therapeutics, and that's where I see the optimism. I would like to show you this press release that they had. It came out on the 13th of January. I just saw it recently, this morning. I think one of the most heartening things I see out here is the anticipated key milestones area. And we are talking about getting quarterly updates on Casgevy launch progress. Of course, every quarter they report their annual reports and they are supposed to give us an update. But putting this separately means that there's going to be a dedicated quarterly Casgevy launch progress. And that would be a really positive thing for us. Next is updates on CTX 310 and 320 in the first half of 2025. So now we have a date on which we'll get some updates on 310 and 320, and we have a broad update with CTX 112 in oncology and autoimmune disease in mid-2025, and update for CTX 131 in 2025, update in regenerative medicine in 2025. So among all these things, I'm more focused on the quarterly updates on Casgevy and the update for CTX 310 and 320. And one thing that is not out here is we don't have any statements about 211 here in terms of updates, except that the company anticipates providing an update in 2025. So it's a very broad term. So they still have to improve, but the big positive out here is quarterly updates on Casgevy launch. And now if I go back into CRISPR Therapeutics and look at their earnings date, their earnings are due on the 18th of February. So at that time, we should definitely get a lot of updates, and maybe they would be able to provide us some dates on which they're going to talk about some exact dates, or at least exact quarters, when they will give us some data on all their candidates. Those are all the catalysts that could happen. And over and above that, I have some more information that I would like to share with you. So behind me, you can see a chart which shows the highest and the lowest estimates from various analysts. So at the very bottom, we are looking at $30, and at the very top, we are looking at $105. So we have not yet touched the bottom, but average of 65.75 is a meaningful number to contrast with where we are right now. We are right now at 41.26, which means there is almost an upside of $19 there to take. And how will we know about that is when we cross 42.84 and convert that into a support. We have a lot of hurdles out here, so we need to cross that first. And then if we were to able to cross 44.58, if that happens, then we'll be able to say we have broken the lower lows and lower highs. And at that point of time, I would be able to look at the formation out here. I would like to look at this formation out here as a double bottom, and I could project a double bottom target, price target out here. Let me take wedge from here all the way to here and then clone it, change the color. That would take us to around 51.86. So at the very least, I'm looking at $51 or $50 from here. Anything could happen in between, but I'm thinking that given there is going to be a lot of catalyst in terms of what the company plans to do with regard to Casgevy launch, the numbers that come in, the hard numbers in terms of dollars and number of patients enrolled, if it continues to show positive growth, opening of more treatment centers and all that stuff, I think that provides a ray of hope out here. Any positive data updates on CTX 310 and 320, which would come up probably in the earnings or maybe immediately after the earnings, could be another positive catalyst. And I'm still thinking why CRISPR is not talking much about CTX 211. That could be a big market, and we have been under clinical trial for quite a while now, and there should be some data release that should be imminent, but there is no mention of that in this anticipated key milestones. Another thing that worries me is that Vertex decided to move out of CTX211, and I don't know what's happening out there, but a lot of my optimism is also riding on CTX211. So I'm hoping that they would be able to give us some confidence that it's going well and there is light at the end of the tunnel for that. So my friends, that is what I had for CRISPR Therapeutics. So it may not be something that may trigger a retail investor to go ahead and push money into this stock. But Cathie Wood has already made a move. She bought around 133,000 shares of CRISPR for around $5 million based on the closing price of $40.30 on 16th of January, that is yesterday. CRISPR is also a top 3 holdings in ARC-G Genomic Revolution Fund or ARC-G Fund, and it's also making up to 6.4% of ARC-G. It also is a top 10 holding in ARC-K. So Cathie Woods has put a lot of money into CRISPR as recently as yesterday, almost $5 million. So I think that we might be onto something out here. So friends, I want to hear from you what you think. I'm asking this especially because I have been very bullish on CRISPR Therapeutics and I continue to be so. But the fact that the price has been dropping a lot and my risk threshold is much less, I resisted from investing. But if you were to ask me among all the companies in our genomic watch list, I think I would trust to put money on CRISPR. So that's my bias. So I'd like to hear from you guys, especially because our channel has got a lot of people who are interested in CRISPR Therapeutics and keep track of it. So this is the time for each and every one of you to share your thoughts about CRISPR Therapeutics. What do you think about the near-term outlook for the next 3 months? Please put that in the comment section. It will help me and also everybody else in our ShareTreck community. With that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.